We got a few questions from our viewers we're going to pass along to you. But first, I want to ask you one question. You have, of course, been well documented, have been against big government and certainly against more regulation. Given what you've been seeing in the first month of the Obama administration, geared towards, many would say, bigger government and geared towards more regulation down the road, how are you sleeping at night?
Well, it sounds like it's epidemic. I mean, we had too much government for a long time. The last 8 years was terrible for us who believed in minimal government, and now we have Obama. And now we have to deal with the outward nationalization of our industries and a runaway Federal Reserve. I mean, it's just totally out of control. We're living in very, very dangerous times. And, of course, the expansion of the war in the Middle East is not doing any of us any good. So other than the fact that I get encouragement when I leave Washington, I get encouragement when I'm at places like this and talk to young people. But in Washington, D.C. and in the U.S. Congress, there's no reason for this country to be too happy. All
right, sir. Well, I will turn to some questions from some of our viewers. We'll see how happy they are right now. But here is one coming to us that says, do you see the Republicans rediscovering their conservatism, or are they merely acting as an opposing voice to the Democrats? That's a question from our viewers.
Well, that's a very good question, because if you're a cynic, and I tend toward being cynical, having been around here for a bit, if they were true conservatives, they wouldn't have supported all the big government programs of George Bush. But today, we're unified. They stand up, they say the right things, they oppose the big spending programs of Obama, but credibility has been lost. So I don't know how they're going to regain credibility and trust, and that's what politics is all about. People can disagree with you. I have people disagreeing with me at home, but they know they can trust me and they know how I'm going to vote. And right now, the Republican parties have a terribly difficult task on regaining that confidence. Hopefully they'll stick to their guns, but the Republicans have been known to be much better in opposition than to be in control.
We'll turn to another question again from a viewer. This one from Reyes saying, on the left screen there on the Twitter board, how does Ron Paul feel about Obama's Iraq plan? As you know, sir, the plan came out today, and you were saying during your campaign that you certainly wanted to get U.S. troops out of Iraq as quickly as possible. Do you agree with the way that President Obama is saying he's going to go about doing it now?
No, because he's not doing it very fast. I don't think he's really changing policy. He's going to keep 50,000 troops there, maybe. If there's any trouble, there'll be a lot more, and then they're going to be non-combat. How can you have a soldier be non-combat? Does that mean he can't shoot his rifle? Is he going to be a bureaucrat? Is he going to be a policeman? Or is he going to be a half of a soldier? And besides, the soldiers still being in Iraq is occupation. That's why they hate our guts, because we've taken over their land, we've invaded their country, we've killed 1 million of their people, and that's why there's an Al-Qaeda. So I would say this is useless. And besides, he's building the forces in Afghanistan, so there's every reason in the world for our problems to accelerate. And we're doing exactly what Osama bin Laden wanted, because he wanted to bankrupt our country, and lo and behold, we're bankrupt. So our foreign policy, unfortunately and inadvertently, has done everything to please Osama bin Laden and our enemies.
All right, so I will get one more question in from a viewer, and if the viewer didn't ask it, I was going to ask it. Again, for another Twitter comment there saying, will he try to run for president again? That's a question on a lot of people's minds, and I'm sure you're going to get every single interview you do. So go ahead and get officially on the record for us here.
That's not in my plans. It's way too early. That's a long way off. The world could be a different place in 4 years from now. So that thought process is not something I'm dealing with.
All right, and I will ask you one more. What's your message going to be to those conservatives there at this conference when you speak today?
Well, hopefully it goes well. It's a good crowd, and there's a lot of enthusiasm that the future of America is here. It's the young people. And that's the group that is attracted to the ideas of liberty and obeying the Constitution. So I'm optimistic when I talk to young people that will be attending at this conference.
And certainly a lot of those young people were the ones who were certainly had a lot of energy around your campaign when you were out there a lot. You took advantage of the internet, and you had a pretty good following, sir. So I'm sure they still follow you. Good luck today. We appreciate you taking some time out and answering some of our viewers' questions. Thank you so much, Congressman Paul.
Thanks.